Good evening and hello and welcome back. We're streaming a little bit of Worm Unlimited.
Well, anyway, you like the genitalia? Were you ever abused? Alcoholic dad?
No.
No sexual abuse?
Dad.
No physical abuse?
No, I'm fine there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Everything cool?
Yeah.
Where's your dad?
He's living in Vegas.
Uh-oh. That's trouble. That's the Vegas in Florida, the storm drain of the United States, the contiguous United States, just all flow into Vegas and Florida.
Floor drain. The storm drain is too kind.
Well, I just mean it ends up, that's where it ends up. It spills out into the bay with all the other crap that falls in there. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the many.
True. The floor drain goes out in the same place the...
Okay.
How dare you? The storm drain goes. Hey, well, what's your dad doing in Vegas?
He's just being retired. He used to be an engineer. Tax reasons.
Not true. Don't put a puss on. She's a 21-year-old girl that happens to like the look of a man's junk. Let's leave her alone. Is there anything Drew needs to know about you so he can be right?
I don't think so. I mean, what is he looking for so that he can be
He's
right?
just looking for your dad
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a film student, so I guess I am pretty visual.
What kind of film student?
Interesting.
All right.
Yeah. Animation.
Yeah.
wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to move to Korea eventually if you're in animation.
Is that
That's
right?
where it's all done. All goes to Korea. It seems like they figure the computer out and get it done out here. That's animation, the whole drawing the cells with the Korean sweatshop thing.
Right.
Been that way since Tugboat Willie.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, or Steamboat Willie, or whatever the hell the first animated whatever was. Doesn't it seem like really that technology is just exactly the same as it was?
No, but the labor issues must somehow remain the same.
But it is basically you draw the cells and you.
They don't do that anymore, do they? They actually draw the cells still.
I think they do draw the cells, and that's why the labor is so intensive.
Then there's the guys like Brad Abelson and guys out here. What do?
They create the characters and they do the animation, but they have to transpose those onto cells or something.
Huh.
I don't know. I'd like. You're saying why? Like if you're a Simpsons animator, what are you doing out here?
Right.
And obviously you're creating the characters, and you're probably creating the looks and the movements and things, and then somebody's filling all the thousands of cells it takes to actually make a cartoon. Maybe you're drawing, maybe you're like tracer bullets. You're like every 10th one is one of yours or something.
Right.
I don't know. Huh. What do you know about that, Bianca?
Nothing.
All right, well then keep quiet.
I am.
Aaron,
Yes.
you're 20?
Yes.
What's up?
Well, I think that I've met my soulmate, as crazy as that sounds. And it's not even really important because I'm 2 states away from him now. But we used to be neighbors, and we spent some time together and everything. And I've come back home, and it's been 6 months, and I still think about him more and more as time goes by. And I wonder if you guys think it's crazy or weird.
What are you doing out here?
I've come back home I'm going to school.
What were you doing in Utah or New Mexico or Washington or wherever he is?
I decided to go there and just kind of explore.
What's he doing there?
He's from there, and he's working and
Having a good, fruitful social life. You don't think back at the person back home and start, and when you do, and by the way, when you get in that vulnerable place, you start thinking about the person, then you start building them up.
Yeah.
They become a deity at this point.
Right.
But then we always come back to the question, which is, why didn't you guys go out when you were together,
Why
around each other?
Okay, this is really interesting because, of us, actually 5 of us.
Not interesting.
We're bored.
Yeah.
Listen, Aaron, well, let me ask a couple of questions. Did you ever have a physical relationship with this guy?
Yeah,
You did.
we went out a few times, and we would end the night kissing and cuddling, but we wouldn't sleep together.
All right.
Except for actually one time we did actually, after we already established that it wasn't the right dynamic for a room.
Forget it. Oh boy, Aaron.
Right when you can get away with establishing the dynamic.
That's a guy telling you this is not a relationship.
Yeah, it's too bad this isn't going to be able to work out. Don't stop sucking.
Okay.
But there are reasons why this.
Yeah, it's like I cannot right time my life. I gotta find a job. If I'm in the right place, you be the one.
Oh yeah.
No, because he never told me any of that stuff, and that was that.
How did you guys establish it was the wrong dynamic?
Yeah, what was the establishment?
Okay, we spent so much time together that there was no, it was just a horrible dynamic to be like forced in this relationship with our two smooth.
Work this with that,
Yeah.
We could never work out because of our proximity and the amount of time we spent together.
You missed it. It was because of the time the roommates were spending together.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, too much time with those roommates.
There's great sexual chemistry with us, and of course that's not going to stop. But because of the proximity of Jan and Steve,
they're always together.
You have to explain why it couldn't work out for us.
I always think it's so sad that somewhere along the way, and maybe it's the way that movies and television have portrayed relationships to be, but when you're younger and you have these ideas of grandeur of what this relationship is going to be, and people think that it doesn't take any work or whatever, but you can always hear in her voice too the
idealization.
Yes, of what this fabulous thing
is a very dangerous mode to be in.
That's right. Aaron,
you gotta accept things you gotta think the way he's thinking and accept that. And the way he's thinking is, this is okay, this is cool, maybe we'll have a physical thing, but no relationship, no.
Yeah, he wasn't that into you. He was a little bit into you, but not much.
Enough to make sure that you didn't get too far in and that he could escape.
And that's not to say that, you wouldn't want to hold on to that. That's not to say that, 10 years down the road, that person isn't going to kick themselves and be like...
Yeah.
Yeah, is it totally ridiculous for me to think that our interaction was serendipitous and amazing, and that I really feel that he knew that that he felt the sparks too?
No.
No.
If he'd felt the sparks, he would have let you know.
He'd still be with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, come on. Listen,
guys do not leave things open from. Guys are like freight trains. Come on, they don't.
Let me tell you what guys do too. Guys are amazing at playing stupid when they don't want something in a relationship or a relationship at all.
Right.
And even once in a while, some girl wants to have sex with you that you don't want to have sex with. Even her, you can make her think that it was her idea, that you guys didn't get together or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Guys are diabolical that way. They can play very stupid, and because they have the history, or at least a reputation, of not being good in relationships and being a little bit thick.
And as much as I want to blame that on guys, it really is women's fault for accepting that BS.
Right.
You should not accept
Nice.
that BS.
Victim blaming.
You've got
Good.
to think male and female brains do not function the same. You must begin understanding and accepting the way a male's brain works and just deal with it.
But understand, if a guy is into you, he's into you, and he'll let you know all about it, and he'll hang on with both hands. He really will. And it's not... See, people think... Here's what women think. Women think, this guy's into me, but he's a guy, and he doesn't know how to function in a relationship. So he doesn't know how to be into me, even though he really is into me. When you're in...
It can happen.
The guy that doesn't know how to function in the relationship will hang on like crazy, be on your doorstep every day,
Right.
and cheat, and be an idiot, and not be available when you want him, but be there all the time.
Give your daddy a twister. Get drunk.
Well, and I think that girls or women tend to think that just because we act that way in relationships, because we do, like, we'll do the little coy things and the push away or whatever, that guys do the same thing.
No.
They don't.
Right. And they're not big game players when they're interested.
Right.
You will, like anything else a guy's interested in, piece of real estate, a car, a job, or a woman, you will know, and he will go after it.
Period.
Thank you.
It's a direct line. It's not a jagged thing.
All right, Drew. Let's go to the bathroom.
All right.
We'll be back. everybody. Loveline, madam. That's Dr. Drew. Bianca Kylik is our guest tonight. She is on Rock Me Baby, which is UPN, 9 o'clock. Tuesday nights, tomorrow night. And then, after that, the fabulous Crank Yankers on Comedy Central. Also, the Ataris coming in here tomorrow night. Jack Black's going to be in here. Also, Adrian and what's her nose from Bow Wow Wow. Ever heard her?
Annabella?
Yeah. Adrian from No Doubt going to be in here with her, and then Triumph the Insult Wonder Dog, Lincoln Park, Cypress Hill, Papa Roach, all going to be in here in the next about 8 days.
Quite a while.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Here we go, buddy.
If you point at that screen long enough, maybe the caller will spontaneously.
I gotta get my think on, Drew. I can't just power into every call blindly like you. I like to really focus on who I'm talking to and what we're talking about.
Notice that.
And how I can turn it toward me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now let's see. Daniel had unprotected sex with girlfriend. All right. She had a gay boyfriend. All right. Daniel.
No, this is Deanna.
Deanna.
Yeah, this is Deanna. I called last night about your whole oral sex thing that you had. You said, or anal sex, that there wasn't none in pornos, or only in certain pornos. Every single porno.
Oh, right. We never did speak to her on the air, did we?
No.
I've
You
never
guys,
seen
it
her.
was at the end of the night. And
Yeah,
then,
the call was up there, yeah.
yeah, I want to tell you, Drew, you're right. Girls, they think that they have to do all this stuff for these guys, and they don't. It doesn't.
Really, you're right. I think
Drew's a genius.
No, I think women need to be
They
empowered
need to have more respect for themselves. Until they have respect for themselves, the guys aren't going to respect them.
Yeah.
Guys are going to do what they do anyway.
Yeah, they're going to.
Throughout human history, women have contained men. We stopped doing that about 30 years ago. At the time we did that again.
Smart. That's right. We need to be contained.
We do.
I can't
You
believe
can
it.
start
See,
tonight. Drew's out of control. Let's entertain him, please.
You guys are funny.
All right. What's going on?
Not much. I listen to you guys all the time.
Hold on 1 second. I smell junior college.
Okay. Got it.
Deanna,
Yeah.
you go to junior college?
Did I go to junior college? No. I am from Maryland. I'm 22. I've been here for 2 years. I don't know.
You thinking about junior?
Oh, I'm gonna go. I want to be a phlebotomist.
A phlebotomist?
A phlebotomist.
And
Take people's blood. That kind of thing.
are you planning on going to junior
Oh
college?
yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't
This
know.
is the only thing worse than someone who's actually attending junior college. Someone who has it as a distant goal.
No,
One day, God willing,
No,
stars
it's not
align,
that.
everything works out. I'll be going to junior college.
No, it's just.
You don't have to plan to go to junior college, by the way. Just show up. You show up drunk on a Wednesday, you get right in.
To me. I
What's
didn't
that?
graduate. I quit school when I was 15. I'm
Okay.
from small town. I'm not stupid, but I
No,
don't.
no.
I
Why'd you
have,
stop
I
high
have
school?
a baby. I have to take care of my baby. I can't.
Sure.
I gotta work. I can't.
Not work?
Oh, yeah, I work.
Okay.
What's-
No, you sound like a genius. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
insinuate
sure.
that.
What's your question, Deanna?
I was just calling to tell you that you are right, and these girls need to learn that they don't have to do everything the guy says.
Agreed. You don't have to worry about keeping guys happy.
Yeah.
Is there a guy there? How old's your kid?
My daughter's 5. Yeah, my boyfriend is here.
All right. He's demanding anal right now?
No, he'd never.
All right. It's a good
I
man.
don't do it, and he respects me for that.
All right. He's a
You know,
keeper. He's a
that's-
keeper.
Yeah.
What branch of the construction field is he in?
Actually, he works in the movies.
He does.
Yeah, he's built.
Maryland?
Building props.
Yeah.
He's a prop guy?
He's
Said builder.
yeah, something like that. Cool man, something.
He'll be a carpenter.
You
All right, baby. Sound like a genius. All right.
have a good night.
All right, good
All
job.
right, take care now.
Does that like what?
She's fine.
All right.
She's fine.
Boyfriend's a carpenter. That's all I'm saying. Then I asked what branch he was
That is the best kind of man you can have.
A carpenter?
Of course.
in. Uh-uh.
You need something built, it's built.
That's right.
There you go.
Except for he's drunk and he's banging his sister. Other than that, these carpenters are knows his way around the wood shop exciting for you? Turn up?
I just like the fact that, if I wanted something like a deck built, he could build it. He's handy.
She doesn't know me.
Oh, yeah. I'm a builder, baby.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. And let me say something, too. Not one of these pussy Hollywood guys who's, no, builder.
Is that what they say?
Real builder.
Oh.
Real builder. Not these...
Like,
not
what
these
constitutes a
Hollywood guys.
real builder?
He was a contractor for 10
I could build a house or anything
Really?
in a house.
Like a real builder?
The real, real builder. That's what I'm saying.
I'm getting that.
Not the handy homos running around with the 9.6 Makita cordless. I'm talking real. I'm talking about fabricating. Yes, Drew?
Yes, I've seen it work.
Drew knows. Have you seen that work, Drew?
Crazy.
Crazy work, right?
Crazy. Yeah,
That's not like novelty.
Novelty, like, if I were to try to figure out where to find a contractor that does what you do, I wouldn't know what to do.
Ah,
You know
nice,
what I
buddy.
mean? You know what I mean?
Ah, that's nice. Yeah. I didn't ring it out of him, but that's nice. Nice. No, I just mean, I don't want to be lumped in with the weekend hobby guys. That's what I'm saying.
In fact, I was standing in front of your house, and a contractor came by. I didn't tell you this, and he was like, "Yeah, I've been driving by this house for months, watching." He goes, "I love seeing the work of a man with vision." I'm like, "Well, there he is. I'm introducing." I was like, "No, I gotta go."
No.
but he was very complimentary.
Oh, thanks. Frank?
Yeah.
I think Bianca just turned the corner on me.
So I told that story.
Thinking about the building. Oh, yeah. 10 of every
A
tool.
deck.
Deck in my sleep, baby. That's
Really?
nothing. I fart decks out. I farted a deck out and the lounge and the furniture. Hibachi, the whole thing. Cracked one out just the other day. That's a big zero. That's a 2 for me.
Yeah.
I wish that was all I had to do. Frank,
Yeah.
you're 20.
Yep. What's up, man?
What's up?
Oh, nothing much.
Mm-hmm.
Just hating life right now.
You have a home improvement question?
What?
Home improvement question?
Oh, no. My question was, I am highly addicted to marijuana right now. And there's nothing really wrong with that, in my opinion, but it's just something that I've been trying to quit for the past couple of years. I've been in and out of rehab.
Frank, there's nothing wrong with heroin addiction either. It's a disease process, a biology, and it's one of them things. And you gotta have treatment. It doesn't stop by itself.
Mm-hmm.
You're wanting to pass judgment and say something right or wrong about it. It's just a biology, and it's a behavioral manifestation of a particular biological process. It has psychological elements to it, and it needs to be treated.
You've been in and out of rehab for marijuana?
Yeah, just because...
You're getting in trouble with the law.
Yeah, well, yeah. Make it look
Nobody
good.
goes to rehab at 20 for weed unless somebody sends them. The judge is sending you.
The parents.
Nah, this is the judge.
It was the judge, but I gave it, I gave it a shot. But it's one of those deals where my environment is, I don't know if a person doesn't smoke pot,
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're hanging out in the you're in the wrong place.
Well,
I mean, look, here's the deal. All right, let me say this. Okay, here's the thing about drugs. They're not inherently evil, just like cars aren't inherently evil. But if you get effed up and you hop up on the sidewalk and run over a few people, then you can't drive a car anymore. You get into trouble. Some people can have a glass of wine after work, maybe 2 or 3, beat off to a little TiVo, no problem.
and 3 more.
Okay, but no problems. That's my point. They hold
Some
down
people
jobs, they go to work,
they talk
they
on the
have
radio.
successful radio shows. They're builders with vision. The point is some people, other people get busted, get popped, get into trouble, go through the court system. That is, Frank, that's what happened to you.
Well, you got a disease.
You gotta quit.
Yeah, you got a disease process, and you've got to get serious about the treatment. It is not going to get better by itself. It's not going to get better with you trying to make it better, white knuckling it. It doesn't. It's not inherent in the biology.
Yeah, well,
It requires treatment.
it's been a while since I was in trouble, but I'm getting to the point where, like, I'm going to school to be an EMT. So I'm more or less trying to do it for morally, but I'll go days and I'll try and not go.
Frank, you hear a word I'm saying?
Yeah.
You cannot stop it on your own. It doesn't work that way when you're at this stage of the disease.
Yeah.
And it is not a moral issue. It's not a weakness. It is a particular biology of the central regions of your brain. And if you do not get it treated, it isn't going to stop. You're going to get, eventually the syndrome is you get depressed and you'll switch to something else, usually speed. And that's the way that goes.
So-
You're a human with a disease process, and if you don't take a treatment, it's not going to get better.
I'd say, Drew, when I hear EMT, I have to laugh every time because, as you know, it's emergency medical technician.
Yeah.
But see, to me, because I'm a builder, it's electromagnetic tubing. It's rigid conduits. They always gotta laugh, gotta smile. You know, I'm trying to be an EMT. You're trying to be a rigid piece of conduit? Have to laugh.
Kill him.
Didn't work.
She's looking.
Yeah, she's looking.
She's impressed.
Yeah, impressed.
An EMT.
So give us some more wood. Wood seems to be the thing for decks. You know.
All right, Dex.
Yeah.
Let's take some. We'll take some home improvement questions tonight, Drew. That's what we need. Ask me a deck question. There's some home improvement questions. Yeah. All right. Take a boring bit. Quick break. Rock Me Baby's the name of the show. You gotta watch that. We got to keep it on. Bianca's got to get enough money to build a deck.
Please.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Everybody, it's the Love Line. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Jack Black coming in here at the end of the week. The Ataris in tomorrow night. Bianca Kylik is our guest tonight. She's from Rock Me Baby. Tuesday nights on UPN, 9 o'clock. All right. Want to do it Germany or Florida?
Sure. Do a couple of them. We got a couple up there.
Really?
And then home improvement.
And then home
Yes,
improvement.
please.
Yeah.
James?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Uh-huh.
What's up? Well, everyone asks Drew doctor questions all week long. What's wrong with a little home improvement? Go ahead, James.
Oh, okay. First, just wanted to say you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Got a Germany or Florida for you.
All right.
Okay. 16-year-old girl gets in trouble for going to school
Everything good?
with a t-shirt covered in packaged condoms.
Mm-hmm.
Distributed about 50 of them to classmates before getting caught and suspended.
Florida.
I heard this one today, so I'm going to abstain.
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Florida.
Yeah. It was Florida, wasn't it?
Yep.
There we go.
All right, Drew. See, I pull out, Drew slides in, doesn't miss a beat.
That's right.
All right, good times there, James.
All right, you too.
All right. Let's see. This poor guy's been on hold for 76 minutes. You want to talk to him?
Sure.
Talk to Jason, who's on line 5. Jason,
Gentlemen,
you're 26. What's up?
I have a situation with my girlfriend who I've been seeing now for about a year and a half. We now live together.
Mm-hmm.
Before we got together, I would use pornography to masturbate.
Sure.
Normal stuff.
Right.
And eventually I stopped because I started to feel guilty, like I was cheating or something like that, sitting there admiring.
Did she make you feel that way, or is that something you came upon yourself?
No, actually, she would come and visit me in my home. I have like a Playboy calendar or something simple on the wall.
Did that bug her?
It might have, but she didn't trip about it. You know what I mean?
Porn.
So
It's not advanced porn.
It's not even porn, is it?
I don't
By today's
think it's porn anymore. I don't think a Playboy calendar would be considered. I think it's sort of quaint porn. That's grandpa's porn.
well, now that I know her well, it's not something that she was very comfortable with. But
So you probably knew that she was freaking out about it.
I didn't know. Well, I just, I'm sitting there and taking care of business, and I'm like, this doesn't really feel right. I care about this girl, yet I'm doing this, But it was just
What month were you into? What was your best month over there? Like, see, when the Playboy calendar would come out, you would have to argue for the month of your birthday.
Well,
Like,
I was in.
Drew, what are you? What month are you? You'd be like, September's so much hotter than May, and I'd be like, are you kidding? May kicked September's ass. Look how hot she is. Like, because once your month was hotter than your buddy's month, well, then you're in.
And then 6th grade came around.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
No.
What's that, Jason?
I wasn't into the month to month. I was more of the special edition with no articles.
Right. Anyway, so what's the question?
Well, so I stopped, but then over time, I got back into it slowly. Like at first, I'd do a magazine or something like that.
What's the question?
All right. Is he just yanking our
No, I think
fleshy
he's
chain, or is he just one of these guys that has trouble forming
He's
thoughts?
very anxious.
Okay. All right. Jason.
My question is, because I've gone back to pornography and am now lusting over physically attractive women. Does that mean that I'm pulling away from the girl, or is it because I've allowed myself to go back to that and not resisted it?
Oh boy.
You know,
Man, I mean,
that's-
talk this
Okay, listen. Okay, here's the deal. Don't make this whole big battle of good and evil within yourself and pornography. You're putting too much pressure on yourself. You really are. You're a 26-year-old guy. If you feel like spanking off to something you see on the internet once in a while, no harm, no foul. You can still love your girlfriend and respect your girlfriend.
I knew you would say that, but
Yeah. Dr. Drew would say that too. Here's the thing. It's weird. It's like you have a problem when you start talking about the problem too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Every guy I know just beats off the God knows what, God knows when.
It's one thing.
He's obsessing on it.
Right, it's one
And
thing
there's
if
just some retarded religious overtones too.
There was.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's one thing though if he is obsessing and compulsively involving himself with pornography to the point where he is pulling away from the relationship or using the porno to manage feelings or affecting his work or having consequences. This is none of that. This is none of that.
Jason, are you religious?
in the past.
He'd have to be.
But not currently.
Which one?
All this for Christianity.
All right. Well, that's enough. It's enough of that nonsense. All right. You get to spank it. That's what the real God wanted you to do. That's what my God wants.
Well, it hurts her now that she knows that I've been doing it. You know, so it's
Okay, well, listen. This is just that sort of stupid retard couple dance you do when you're 16.
She's 26.
All right, but sometimes it goes on for 10 years. No, you can do this at 26. Bianca, how old are you?
26.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. This is going to happen. Maybe later tonight.
What's going to happen?
Well, here's all I'm saying. Guys at 26, and girls too, you start getting into that. You put on the jeweler's loop and examine everything too closely. It hurts me when you do this. I'm going to try to stop. At a certain point, you get a little bit older, you get a little wiser, and you just start realizing, look, there's certain stuff I do, I keep separate. Certain stuff she does, she keeps separate. We don't need to know who's thinking what all the time. And also, everything you do isn't directed at me. You like to go off and do what you do. I like to go off and do what I do once in a while. Doesn't mean it's an attack. Doesn't mean I'm thinking of you.
Doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't
I
mean
agree.
anything. Yes.
See?
Thank you.
Yay.
Found out I could build a deck, and all of a sudden,
She's on your side.
nothing but head nods and smiles over there. All right, let's talk.
I'm trying to figure out what this line one is all about here. Let's get that up.
Line one.
Yeah, I wonder what he's into here.
David,
Hey, how's it going, guys?
you're 18. What's going on?
Alright, this is my question. What kind of questions do you guys think I should ask a sociopath? I'll explain why I'm asking a sociopath in a little bit, but what kind of questions do you guys think I should ask him?
For what?
What are you trying to achieve?
No, I'm having a sociopath come to my abnormal psychology class, and he's going to talk to the class and stuff, and we're going to be able to ask him questions. The thing is like, I don't know what to ask this guy. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I know that they're, psycho and everything like that, but like...
You're Mormon?
What?
Is a sociopath?
A sociopath is worse than Hannibal Lecter. A sociopath has no remorse, no feeling.
They're all worse.
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter is like a psychopath.
No
Yeah.
I know,
conscience.
he's worse than this guy is worse than Hannibal Lecter. That's what I'm saying.
He eats
No,
people's
no.
brains.
Good luck. This is going to eat the entire class.
Yeah.
It's worse. How do you get
I mean,
worse than
like-
eating a bunch of people?
I mean, like,
Worse actor? What do you
what kind
mean?
of question?
Well,
I mean, so,
Ask him
Yeah,
about
what
Anthony
a
Hopkins?
sign is and that kind of stuff.
Ask him about his relationships. Ask him about his family of origin.
He likes home improvement.
I mean,
You'll learn a lot about what?
Is it true that they know the difference between right and wrong, but they just have no remorse?
What
The
about that?
part of the brain that that develops empathy doesn't develop normally in these folks. So they have attachment problems, and their self is incomplete, and they never get the opportunity to develop the part of the brain that is part of the right orbital frontal system that's responsible for activating regions that allow for empathy to grow. So they don't get empathy. They don't have empathy. It's just that part of their brain doesn't function. So when you have feelings and experiences, they don't really acknowledge. They don't register them.
A little of that's good. Just a dash.
That's you.
Just sprinkling.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, look,
I overdo that, and you underdo that.
Well, I don't look up my name on the internet, so who
That's what I'm
cares?
saying.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you caring too much?
Yeah, but caring. See, here's the problem: when you take a word and you give it a
Valence.
you give a valence, and it becomes a sort of, you give a positive word, like you say caring, and then you say you do too much. Like, I love too much. Nah, it's not quite that.
But it's pathology. I'll call it that.
All right.
Focus too much on other people.
All right. Scott? Yeah, it's a euphemism, caring. I mean, in your...
I agree.
You're an angry man. You're scaring me. Scott?
Hello?
Yeah, you've been on hold for 76 minutes, so I'm caring for you a little too much. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. Adam.
Your pals are getting into coke and drugs, and you're not?
Well, basically, what I wanted to know is when do you draw the line between helping them out and just letting them go?
You can't really help them out. That's up to them. You can sort of confront them with what you're seeing, and that's it. That's what you can do. And really, if it comes to the point where somebody thinks somebody's endangering themselves, sometimes the only thing that does catch their attention is loss. And so you becoming something that they value and lose might catch their attention. But that's about all you can do.
So
how old are your buddies?
I've attempted to do that, and I've laid down the ground rules of what I expect. And
No.
Yeah.
That will not work.
And let me tell you something, too. If these guys are your age, they got about 10 years before they get it out of their system. I spent my entire 20s just pleading with roommates to quit doing drugs and hiding drugs, and then having my other roommate wanted to flush drugs down the toilet, in which case I had to block the toilet because it was like, let's not do anything. Come on. Well, I can still do the drugs. You don't have to flush them down the toilet. Yeah. Oh, it was great.
That's the point. You can't make any rules, Scott. What you can do is let them know how you feel about what you see them doing, and then step back. That's all you can do.
Louise took a sack of bootleg Quaaludes and bury them in the yard so Chris wouldn't find them. It was great. That was great. He's running for the toilet. I'm diving in front of him. That's good times. Yeah, but anyway, the point is 10 years later, everything was fine. Just hard to do anything with guys who
A couple of guys did make it, but that's right.
Yeah, all right. That's it. I'm a sociopath. What do I care? I'm more interested in Bianca's deck. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Yeah, Drew. Well, that's the show.
Yeah, Drew. What?
Twisting your dad's breasts.
That's what her boyfriend
Well, you don't say dad's breasts.
What do you say?
It's weird. It's
What do
like
you say?
He's like a pre-operative transvestite, a transsexual.
What do you say?
It's a tit twister.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Bianca, God bless you. You're a cool breeze of fresh air in this studio.
Thank you.
Yes, you come back anytime you like.
Thanks very much.
Rock Me Baby, name of the show, Tuesday nights, UPN, 9 o'clock. And tomorrow night, the Ataris will be in here. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying, mahalo.
Distributed about 50 of them to classmates before getting caught and suspended.
You're gay.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed in the show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Annie Gold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood Lawn Entertainment. Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Listener discretion is advised.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey everybody, it's the Love Line. I'm Adam, that's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Chris and Johnny are here tonight from the Atari.
Hello.
Good to see you again. The guys were here in March. Drew felt like it was earlier than that.
I think it's because I saw you guys at the weenie roast.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So Drew knows the Ataris.
I know the Ataris.
He knows.
Would you
they're
mind breaking
almost
up a
from
bowl at
Santa
your
Barbara.
convenience?
Sort of Santa Barbara.
Sort of from Santa Barbara. The Ataris are going to be at the Palladium. That is coming up Friday? Friday. This Friday. Man,
November 7th.
we're moving now, baby.
The show?
No, just time-wise.
Oh, yeah.
The show's dragging like hell. But the
Well.
calendar, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it was summer 3 days ago.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from like a Lipton commercial where I'm like wiping the back of my neck and looking up at the sun and then tilling the soil and looking back up at the sun to like wearing my PJs and humming Christmas tunes and thinking about candy canes and sugar plum fairies. This is great.
Oh, thank you very much for
Fire
the food.
going.
You're welcome.
You know what I told the wife tonight? I told her to deploy the electric blanket. Oh yes. And now it's official.
Yeah, it's winter.
Let me tell you guys something. I know you think we're going to talk about the Atars, but
The Atars, how about, we already knew that. Heated couches and heated...
What is wrong with the heated sofa? The heated sofa. I shouldn't be talking about this on the air. They don't exist.
Oh, no.
Here's my point.
No, surely they
the
do.
winter, and we
Fire
have
hazard.
we have a good over here.
Really?
You guys just got
You
off
can
the
have heated
road.
car seats, but not a heated
Where?
sofa?
Des Moines and where else?
Well,
Oh, I guess you have to lay over your heated pads and then take
you guys were having
responsibility
heat
for
wave, and we were
them.
going through, like, the worst cold.
And it's not even game on there yet.
No.
I mean, it's.
I don't know, I
gonna-
think
it's-
people just
the
use
morning's
electric
gonna get
blankets
down.
anyway.
It's gonna get down
Yeah.
into sub-zeros, right?
You're right.
Okay, now you got the heat going. The whole house blowing heat, bellowing heat into every room, upstairs, bathroom, and spread out in the entry halls. It's all over the place. Your fat ass is parked on the sofa. For me, on a Friday night, 9, 10, 14 hours, going nowhere. Just numbing myself with booze, watching the TiVo. That's all, right? Why do I have to
kicking
heat
this
the
thing's ass.
entire complex? You see what I'm saying? Heated sofa. Heated sofa.
Well, they have those heated chairs in the cars, you know?
Yeah. And let me say,
see where you're going with
let
this.
me bring this up because people, I cite this because
I'll be
people
back with
argue with
clean
me.
water now.
What's wrong with
thank
everybody
you.
here that they're so stupid and contrary at the same time? Where I say, well, what's wrong? They go, well, we don't have the technology. What about your car, you jackass? You're going 90 miles an hour, your ass is on fire. You can work that out.
Hey, Adam, I just got an email brought to me by crack producer Ann, who is from Jason Ives, and he says, sorry, Adam, I have bad news. I was dog sitting, and these people I was sitting for had a lazy boy sofa that was heated.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
it's
sad
not,
for
it's not
you.
a real sofa. I mean, it's got like a foot kick on it or something.
I
Is it
see.
just a regular? Because I've looked for a regular sofa
Like a
that's
piece of
heated.
furniture.
Yeah, I don't want one that weighs 70,000 pounds and has like a screw mechanism in it and stuff. You know what I mean?
Like something you can get in IKEA.
Yeah, I want
put it together.
Here's what I want. I want about
Interior design.
I want $175 option on almost any sofa that you buy.
Right.
You want it? You want a 600? Oh, or it's 775 at the heating element. That's
My darling,
step it up.
what is
And,
this knife
the
for?
lube dispenser they offer.
In case you wanted to cut your spaghetti shorter, I will take it away. Since I already break it in half and you have no
And a
need for the
Scotch
knife.
guard. Oh yeah.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, yeah.
That's not something adults do where I come from.
Cut up their spaghetti?
Yeah.
All right, so Palladium, Friday night.
That's right.
What can the kids expect?
Palladium?
Yeah. And anywhere the Atari.
Security that will frisk you down and like beat you senseless when you come through the door.
May I
That
bring
rivals
this?
any high school in like the
course.
South Central
Lovely.
area.
It's your
I
turn.
suppose. No, I don't know. Palladium's a good place. I mean, it was the venue in the Blues Brothers movie, so
Was
it's
it?
kind of like at the end of the movie, that's it. You can always tell by that telltale kind of like long. There's this long like wooden part of the stage that comes out in the
A
crowd.
peninsula that comes out front there, and it has a balcony, right?
Love you, baby.
Yeah, Orange Whip.
Let me know if there's anything I can do for you, okay? I'm just real focused right now.
I didn't know that was the Palladium. I guess now it's ruined for me. I thought it was in Chicago somewhere.
That's what it's supposed to be.
But you know the thing is do they have shows at the Palladium for old folks? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Palladium. What happened to the Palladium? What was the Palladium? Where'd it go?
You look it up on the web.
What these days?
During the
Like
commercial.
roller derby over there or something?
I'll look it up.
We'll find out what goes on because let me tell you, I've been outside. I live around there, and I've driven past that place after a couple of shows have let out. It's frightening.
for the shape.
It's a lively crew.
Like a pirate ship
And pirate ships just unloaded.
Yeah, that's it.
Just a bunch of crazy Mohawk goth kids. I gotta roll the windows up, Drew, and lock the door. Put the sea heater on. All right, but that's just a crowd you're looking for Friday night.
No, our demographic's probably much younger than that, but I suppose that you'll have a few Mohawk goth kids that are in the mix as well.
They look like trouble from where I was, Drew.
Who, me?
No, the Palladium kids.
They're just confused.
Drew, get on. We're gonna find out what year do you think that Palladium?
They were going by the dancing show that happens there.
Or just a dancing
Love you too,
Halloween.
Rebecca.
They were
Yeah,
during the commercial break. I will do it.
50s, 40s, 50s, 50s.
I don't know.
Because it was probably like
There's
Ty
a- there's a-
Lombardo
yeah,
playing
it has
there,
a
right?
little
Back
Art
in the
Deco.
day.
Yes, it's still your head.
But outside it's very 50s.
Yeah, I'll hit it in a second. Like I say, very busy.
This is good radio when you do a national radio
Yeah, of
show.
course.
Focus on a local
They're like,
landmark.
what the hell's this Palladium thing?
Well, it's the Blues Brothers. That's what it is. Chris,
Yes?
you're 19.
Yes.
You never did see the Blues Brothers movie, did you?
No.
And listen, this is something I've been working on. I'm going to tell you to see it.
Okay.
And so is Chris and Johnny from the Ataris. And so, Drew, you ever see Blues
Seen
Brothers?
it, yes.
Okay. We're all going to tell you to see it, but you're not going to see it. I know how you are.
She'll see Blues Brothers 2000.
It's called the Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers.
Don't even. Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second.
See, I know.
But wait a minute. Well, what is this with? Why is everyone so young? Okay, let me just ask what's going on for just 1 second, then we'll go back to the phone.
There's a generation gap, Adam.
I know.
You're part of it.
I know. We were laughing about that last night. But look, here's the deal. When I was younger, when I was in my teens, the whole idea was if you hadn't heard of something, to pretend like you did, or to like, oh yeah, oh no, I'm hip. No, I know that. Like. When I was 19, I was trying to be hip to all the older bands and know about. No, I'm not talking about Del Shannon and the Runaways or Del Shannon or whoever the hell she's with or whatever that is. I'm talking about stuff like Frank Zappa.
No,
I didn't know anything about Frank Zappa when I was 19, but I had to be cool. Oh,
you would have been
Frank Zappa.
trying to keep up with the Doors, Hendrix, stuff like that.
Trying to keep up with that stuff. Okay. So now, and the same with movies. If you told me about the Manchurian Candidate when I was 19, I would have went, oh, that's cool. I want to see that. Oh, Frank Sinatra.
And then you go try to check it out.
Yeah, hit myself up a little bit so next time
some people are like that.
Some people. Yeah. But now, you're an asshole. It's like, yeah, I haven't heard of that. What are you, old guy? And it's like, oh, it's a funny movie. Whatever. And now you're a jackass because you know something. Like before, the guy who didn't know the stuff was an a-hole. Now the guy who knows the stuff is an a-hole.
No, I totally feel like that. I mean, I'm only 26, and we go through that with like bands that we grew up listening to, or that kind of influenced our band.
But again, in our day, we would have gone. If somebody we admired, we would have gone, I'm gonna check that out. I gotta first of all pretend I know it, and then get caught up.
The other part is people haven't even heard of it. That's the other thing. Like I would have went like, Mahogany Rush. Yeah, those guys. I know that. Those guys are cool. That guy's cool. Those two guys are cool. One of those guys is cool. Like, and then I would have gone and asked somebody what the hell that was. You see what I'm saying? Now it's like, everyone's pissy about everything.
So what's up, Chris?
You're so funny.
You never heard of the Blues Brothers?
Yeah, they sing with like a harmonica.
They came from a movie. There was a movie.
There's that fat dead guy.
It's a heavy set guy that sings.
Right.
Right? See, I know.
That's right.
His brother's got a TV show now. That's right. He knows Brad.
All right, so anyway, funny movie to rent.
Okay.
No Scary Movie 3, but
cinematic triumph.
Yes.
How dare you?
What's up there, Chris?
Well, I am a long-time listener, and I've noticed that a lot of people call and they have questions about how they can't orgasm. And my question is, I couldn't orgasm for like a year that I had sex, and then I started to have sex with somebody new, and I orgasmed every single time and really fast.
All right. It's good. Make sure the old guy knows about this.
Yeah. But I mean, like it was any kind of sex that we had, like, you know what I mean? Anything that we would do.
Well, but how long a period of time was this between the two guys?
That we were together?
Well, I mean, you had no orgasms with the one guy, and then you went to the next guy.
Yeah, I was with the first guy for a year.
How old were you?
And then I moved out of the country for another year, and I had a boyfriend over there in Spain. I was in Spain.
Was this the guy?
With this other guy.
Yes.
The orgasm guy is in Spain.
the mark of horror. That's what they call it. Big W on the chest, written in. I don't want to say what, but here's the point. I'm going to ask you, what was the period of time in between the two boyfriends?
I would say 9 months.
9 months.
You were getting older.
Things can change from 17 to 18 there, something like that.
Absolutely.
Also, I've been in this position of the first guy, and I rationalized that I loosened it up.
And you know what I mean? Start dropping out.
I chipped away, I loosened it up, and this guy came and just fell right out.
Is there something you feel that maybe happened to you in that time that like made you more comfortable with yourself?
I did a lot of changing, like, self-esteem-wise.
Yeah.
And I really started to just be comfortable with myself. I don't know if that was it or if I was really
That's
into
part of
that
it.
guy.
It also means you'll pick a guy you're more into, and it really does turn you on.
Okay, so like in the future, it wasn't just that one guy. I'm now like I have this.
You should be fine.
I think all in all, if you find somebody you're really comfortable with, then I imagine it would probably be just as good as that guy. Maybe you just finally found someone you felt like you could actually click with, and
right.
That's probably all it was.
Sure didn't hurt that he was Spanish.
That's true, man.
What were we doing in
Spaniards?
What, you going to school there?
Yeah.
Just running with the bulls.
I studied over there.
At 18?
At 18, yeah.
What, with college?
Yeah.
University of Oregon?
University
No,
of
I
Oregon?
went to PSU. Portland State.
Oh, okay. All right, good time.
They have an overseas program.
I'm jealous. Everyone kicked my dad in the nuts next time I see him. Everyone's going everywhere, doing everything.
You just sit home in your house.
You know where I went when I was, where my field trip was, Drew? Come on.
Ventura Boulevard.
No, Laurie's Seasoning Plant in Eagle Rock. That's where I went. That was my one field trip. Here's a packet of taco seasoning. Fantastic. Beautiful. You guys been out to Eagle Rock? God's country out there. It's beautiful.
That's what Lawrence
is. Nestled between Glendale and Burbank.
Nestled between the trail, the train yards, freeway, and the industrial area.
And the LA River.
We recorded out near there, but I passed on the Lowry's seasoning salt.
Picturesque. Unless you've seen Eagle Rock in August, you haven't lived. That just soupy air.
That's the riverside area.
It's right next to that crappy LA River. And LA River's here's what LA River's. It's
cement.
It's a cement drag strip with a shopping cart in it.
I mostly think of that scene in Grease where they use a grease lightning thing.
Any crazy speed scene you've seen on a big cement open space was the LA River.
That's right. Right. But it was they sort of do it in the clear areas. There's sort of mush and swamp and crap in the other areas. All right. Beautiful country. Kyle?
Yeah?
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's up?
My current girlfriend is an ex-lesbian, and lately she's been hanging out with one of my friends who's bisexual.
Female?
Yeah. And she'll spend long periods of time over at her house with her cell phone turned off, and they'll constantly spend the night at each other's houses.
Okay, we get it. Lesbians, got it.
Two trauma
Big deal.
survivors getting together and creating some chaos.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is.
Mm-hmm. Two chicks, right?
Two bisexual girls. One used to be a lesbian, but is magically attracted to the bisexual.
Yeah.
This is chaos. This is chaos.
Everyone was molested. All right. So what? What's your girlfriend's problem?
Well, I wonder if I should be worried if she might be cheating on me or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure worried is the right word.
How old's your girlfriend?
She's 17.
Where's her dad?
Where's her dad? He's here.
With you right now?
No, I mean...
He's on the other line, Google.
No, I mean, like... he lives with her.
They're having a slumber party.
He lives where?
He lives with her.
He lives with her. That's her biological father?
Yeah.
All right. She gets along well with him?
All right.
Does she seem troubled at all? You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
Right.
She, on occasion, she, cusses someone out, but...
All right. Well, we all have our moments. Hey, Kyle.
Yeah?
Listen, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I think we're all going to ask you to do. Don't get her pregnant.
Yes, please.
Okay.
You're using any form of protection?
Yeah.
What?
Condoms.
Okay.
Keep the money you have to pull around, just in case there's a problem. Even Trojans break once in a while.
And there's going to be a lot of... you're not... At 16, you're not equipped to deal with a 17-year-old bisexual who's sort of bringing a little chaos into a relationship that may have been running smoothly. So it's like, well, how do you infuse these people with this knowledge? I don't know. What do you tell them? A, don't get them pregnant. B, when things start getting a little shaky, jump off, because it's going to spiral. And she's definitely a chaotic person. All right. Yeah. And look, there's nothing. I mean, if you don't get her pregnant and you don't kill yourself and you don't get HIV, there's nothing the time won't heal. I mean, you'll get past everything.
Right, although this guy may be attracted to more chaos as time goes on.
Yeah, that's a new problem.
Other chaos, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's life, and that's exciting.
That is interesting, though, isn't it? The guys that need the chaotic women don't outgrow it. Women that need the unavailable men usually outgrow it, and when they don't outgrow it, it means something.
We
Yeah,
try,
but some-
goddamn
In
it.
other words, guys, when they start with this, they stay with it.
But sometimes it's just a guy who's got a 17-year-old, and when you're 16 and there's a 17-year-old willing to have sex with you, it's pretty good news.
It's whatever. Yeah.
I mean, you're sucked in. You're not so picky as to worry about her personality.
Yeah, but if you start getting really involved with it, then you've declared a major at that point.
Jay,
Yo,
you have a Germany or Florida for us?
I certainly do.
All right, well, let me
Tell me
explain to the
Florida.
fellas. When I say we, I mean everybody over at Jimmy Kimmel Live, all the writers and everything, started to discover in our search for bizarre news that all bizarre evil came out of either Germany or Florida. So we started playing this game at the lunch table over at Jimmy's, which was some guy would just pipe up, before he does his talking points, Germany or Florida, and then everyone would guess. They swore they were going to do it on a show, but it's been 6 months, so screw them.
That's pretty hot, though, because we always notice the same thing about Germany, especially. It's like the people there, they're really cool, but it's always like, yeah, I really like the show, but I came to see the Vandals. That's typical Germany. Because we were hanging out before one of our shows here. I'm like, it was his first time over because he joined our band a couple years ago. I'm like, watch out. Germany's really cool, but just the people sometimes they can't give a compliment without killing it immediately afterwards. He's like, what do you mean? And then sure enough, the guy came up and did that. He's like, I'll be damned.
So yeah, I didn't know all of our callers lived in Germany.
What?
I love my callers.
I know. Hey, you know what? My brother-in-law's from Germany. He's got a little of that in it, too.
But anyway, so think how much of that we get on this show, though.
Yeah. This is a worldwide epidemic where they screw you with it. They start with half a compliment and finish with a full put down.
I listen to a show and I hear people do it all the time. They'd be like, yeah, they fully. I don't even want to. You guys hear it more than I do.
It's painful. It really is painful.
But here we go. So Jay brought us
all right,
some.
Germany or Florida? Here we go. Go ahead, Jay.
All right. Two women are sitting in their home one night when all of a sudden they're watching TV, and all of a sudden a man bursts into their home, pulls out a revolver, points it at them, and says, "You better do something really smart, or you're both gonna die." So one of them gets up, goes to the kitchen, makes him a sandwich, gets him a glass of rum. They sit him down, they talk with him for a while, they watch some TV. They say, well, why don't you get a shower or something? He says, it's all right, fine, but he comes back every other minute or so, make sure they're not calling the cops or doing anything to turn him in. So he takes a shower, he comes in, he puts on some clean clothes, sits around for a while. They talk to him, they keep pouring him some rum. He winds up passing out. While he's lying there passing out on the couch, they call the cops.
Florida.
Sounds like Florida.
Yeah.
The rum part sounds slightly German.
Yeah, just rub down.
Yeah, they do a lot of that rumming.
In both places, actually.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I can't remember which island it is, but the Germans set up a fairly one of the fairly well-known rum labels is actually a German colonial invention that they left with the colonists when they peacefully withdrew.
Nearly.
Kind of tragic that the Germans didn't get more colonies.
I think I've got one wrong out of about 15.
I think we got two flat out wrong, and one you got wrong because we talked you out of it.
Let me explain something. When we see program director Kevin Weatherly after the pilgrimage to Yorba Linda on Saturday, don't tell him I'm 20 out of 21. Why? Because he'll get pissed. He'll be like, what are you guys doing?
Oh, yeah.
Just tell him, 1 for 1. We did it once.
Don't bring it up.
All right, don't bring it up.
I just got a big thing because I figured the Germans wouldn't have invited them in to drink free rum.
Yeah.
Oh, you might be surprised.
No free rum for
They would have given him a backhanded compliment and then charged him with the rum.
With the schnitzen.
I can't figure out those Germans. I tell you what, they're proud people for the most part. But then I got my brother-in-law when we play basketball. He wears my tennis shoes. He doesn't even say anything. He just comes running out in the court in them. Yeah, that's very non-German. And let me tell you something about the Germans too. Crazy rims on their glasses, everything. Funkified shoes.
These are German.
Crazy. Who decided that they had to be totally straight laced except for the glasses and the shoes? And crazy, weird, like guys.
Yeah, that makes
sort of
sense.
Weird.
That fits.
You know what kind of shoes they wear in Germany? Adult men wear those schoolboy shoes from like the 40s. You know, this weird hip.
Youth is very prized.
Weird. A lot of guys sporting the clogs these days. And that's not just German, but I've seen some of my friends in clogs. We got to put an end to this.
There's a wave of that.
People are
early 80s.
You feel like, oh, they're comfortable. Yeah, why don't you pull your sack out of your pants too and let it break? That's comfortable. That's great. Why don't you start feeding off?
When is walking on wood blocks comfortable? I don't. Doesn't go.
No, I'm with you. I would like to squelch this whole guys in clogs thing. And look, here's the only way we can do it. You have to make fun of the guy in the clogs. That's how you do it. We could have gotten rid of ponytails and big turquoise bracelets. We could have gotten rid of fanny packs. We could have gotten rid of anything if your friends would just do the right thing.
Of course.
And start humiliating these people. All right. Now look, we talk too much, Drew. We can't hear an Atari song.
I gotta look up Palladium.
Drew, go look up the Palladium. The Ataris are going to be at the Palladium this Friday. The historic Palladium. All you youngsters can see where they filmed the Blues Brothers. If you haven't heard of it. Oh, they have. They had to have. All right, so we'll take a quick break. John and Chris here, and we'll hear a song when we come back. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Tenacious D in here on Thursday. Jack Black and Kyle Gass, I believe it is. The Atari's here tonight. Chris and Johnny both here from the band. Going to hear something off the CD, So Long Astoria, and also let you know that they're going to be playing in the historic Hollywood Palladium this Friday, Drew, yes?
Yes, I'm now a leading expert in the history of the play. Built in September 23rd, 1942. Frank Sinatra and Tommy Dorsey.
Wow.
1961, used as Lawrence Welk's ongoing television studio.
Wow. A lot of history. Don't let it down over there.
We do our best.
You got the ghost of Frank and Lawrence.
We actually played Las Vegas the night that Frank Sinatra died, and they turned out all the lights on the strip.
Oh, really?
So it was a little ironic thing
That's
going
weird.
on.
For how long did they do that?
I think just for a minute, they turned off all the lights.
Yeah, that would be a long time.
They turned the entire.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think in the casinos they were like, people grabbing chips.
But how
do they pull off just the signs on the outside the hotel?
Well, they must talk to all the individual casinos and say.
Everybody flipped it off at the same time.
Slumlord Hotel, like, I'm not turning off my damn light.
You see this big switch right here?
Yeah.
One giant novelty size switch.
Well, they call the guy at Hoover Dam or whatever, like, hey, let's cut the power for a minute.
Yeah, they must. Well, first off, all those hotels must have some atomic clock or something that's exactly right? And then they must tell them at exactly 10 p.m. Pacific time, flip the thing for 1 minute or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's good times, right?
For Frank.
That's those came in the
only 40 car accidents.
Modern age of Vegas. I remember saying when the Sands had a motel.
Oh, really?
That's of course where we would stay.
Yeah, of course.
And that sign would go 24/7.
Yeah, your family was cheap,
That's
right?
a sign that's been gone for 40 years.
Cheap, but at least you would go somewhere.
That's right. At least
go.
we would.
Yeah. Camping in the backyard. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, the Laurie seasoning plant. You got to count that. You have to count that. I take your kids must be getting that age where they're going nuts for seasoning.
Well,
they must be gone. They're 10 years old.
Yeah, they want to go to Lowry's.
They want to go Lowry's. They want the taco seasoning with the cayenne pepper. It's a good one.
Let them go.
Every time we drive to Phoenix, we always pass the Snyder's.
Oh, yeah.
Plant.
Is it Schilling? Don't they have Schillings, too?
Make those pretzels.
Yeah. Schillings is a nice spice, too. Yeah, don't get the kids whipped up too early with that stuff. They'll peak. It's just downhill. That's what happened to me once I left the Laurie seasoning tour. I spiraled down for years and years. Eventually got into drugs. That's the only thing that replaced that emptiness of taco season.
Of course. Reva?
Hi.
Hey.
What's up, Adam?
What's happening, Reva?
Nothing. I'm just up here for it. I had a question for Drew.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering what Asperger's syndrome was. I'd heard you mention it in passing about maybe 2 weeks ago, and they're about to send me up to Duluth to get evaluated for it, but nobody's giving me a straight answer on what it is.
It's a relative of autism.
Oh, good times.
It's like autism? What's autism?
Like Rain Man, yeah, definitely 40,000 things.
Asperger's, it's a hard thing for me to define easily, but just
Because
one of
it's
the
BS.
common qualities is
Doesn't exist anymore.
a lack of ability to sort of.
Folks, if you're living in an enlightened age, as in post like 2018, Asperger's was a fake made-up disease that much was said about. And
so many of us were diagnosed with it. Which basically just meant I hate my child, give them a diagnosis.
People, this was the first time they said I had it.
There's an epidemic of misdiagnosis of this fake disease.
But they've also said they think I have borderline
Yeah, there's a
personality
misdiagnosis of
disorder.
depressive
And they said I have ADHD and it's like, it's gotta
Maybe
be
just pretend
kind
to
of
be something
annoying.
else for a while.
You know?
Yes.
And plus, what do you guys say?
How's your work coming? You're at about the end of the time I specified.
I'm about done with
What's
this.
that thing where your
Neat.
skin gets all stretchy? I like
Not
that
quite.
one.
Well, there's a few of those.
What's a good one?
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
Yeah. You should have that.
This is where the guy that can pull it, make it like a.
Yeah, make yourself into like a flying squirrel.
Right.
Yeah. So, hey, Riva.
Yeah.
Make yourself into like a flying squirrel. Was Corolla's
You don't sound
contribution.
like you're from Minnesota.
Well, I've been here all my life, so
Yeah. What color are you?
I'm black.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking. I didn't know. Drew, does that have any racial lines or anything? These diseases? Now, she doesn't sound like she's anything close to Down syndrome.
No. I
Well,
mean,
you said this
said autism.
Asperger or autism. Doesn't sound anything close to autism.
Asperger's is different. Again, there's lots of different features and different intensities of that.
How do you
I
do
think
it?
Einstein may have had Asperger's.
How do you do it?
Bill
in
Gates
school?
may have had
Bill
yeah.
Gates? Yeah.
People-
All the
Yeah, except it's fake and doesn't
All
exist.
the successful outcasts have it. Do you do well in school?
I'm not in school. I got kicked out.
For doing what?
I beat up my gym teacher, and she was in the hospital for 3 days. That's why I'm getting ordered up here.
Wow.
Don't you think that was a bad thing?
Man, they're coming down on everybody these days.
I didn't really care. I think he deserved it on a personal level.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're like giving like me all this sympathy because I'm partially blind. They were going to send me like boot camp, but my probation officer stopped it.
All right. Well, now,
This may be more than borderline or
Ooh,
Asperger's.
Lord.
Yeah.
Hey, Riva.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're fairly jovial about putting your chin.
Well, that's part of it. Part of Asperger's. You can't empathize with those.
No, well, give me a dose of that. I'd be drinking myself into a stupor right now. I'm not really good about it.
Sociopathy.
Hey, Riva.
Yeah.
What did she do that made you go off on her that way?
She woke me up. Well, she didn't wake me up. She thought I was asleep, and she pulled my chair away, and she's just kind of been getting on my nerves like the past 3 years. I decided to give her what I thought she deserved.
And you know that's a double-edged sword about being a gym coach, which is if you train your students well enough, they can kick your ass. You've done that good a job. You've molded them into a killing machine. You see what I'm saying?
And then you got to be careful. You would never do anything like wake them up or irritate them.
It's considered bad form to wake a student up. They can be angered. Yeah.
I had a really good quick story here. My friend, he used to have this friend in college that could sleep with his eyes open. So he'd always affix himself in one part of the room where the professor would teach. And so, finally, like one day, like the professor caught on, and he saw that, he's just sitting here like this with his eyes open towards the side of the room. And he was like, decides, Michael's gonna sleep with his eyes open. So what everyone did is they all walked out of the room, they set the clocks all forward, and then they slammed the door real hard as they walked out. And so the guy woke up, and he starts beating on the door like, let me out. And
wow.
That's pretty brilliant, man. I could never sleep and sitting up during class. We had this roadie one time that he could, we flew to Australia, and he fell asleep, passed out, same position. When he woke up, John was like, hey, we just left. We're taking off. He's like, screw you.
I marvel, and I'm so envious of those
Adam
people.
can't sleep, period.
No.
Jimmy can do this. Jimmy could fall asleep with his head in a toilet, inverted.
I admire you, man. I flew business class one time now on the flight back from our last trip to Australia. I'm never going back.
That's right.
Never.
That's right.
Dude, those oh man, it's a difference like night and day. Those seats in business class, you can sleep in them. They bring you first class wine. Oh, good Lord. God bless Qantas. I'll say it 20 times. Qantas. Business class.
Hey, Riva.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris is Asperger's himself.
You
What's all right? So okay, look, you should be evaluated because otherwise you might end up in jail.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
They're gonna send me to boot camp. They said no. It's like it's inhumane to send a person like you to boot camp.
Listen to me.
What's that?
It might be a good thing for you.
Listen.
on your knees.
Oh Lord, no.
Okay, Reva, listen to me. As you know, I'm a genius. Yes.
Yeah, you awesome.
Okay, I'm awesome. Now listen to me. You're a little bit nutty. A little bit. A little bit.
No.
Let's just quiet down, Drew.
Quite a little bit.
Call it what
Quite
you
a little
want.
bit.
Let's just say you're a little bit nutty. And you're a little bit impulsive. And you're the kind of person that, while not a bad person, is probably capable of doing something bad that could get you into trouble, that could put you in prison and affect your life and the life of whoever you did that to for quite a number of years. You don't want to do that. You want to have a good life, right?
Yeah.
All right, so just try to relax a little bit. Listen to the adults. Listen to the experts. Let them do what's best for you. Go to boot camp. Do whatever you got to do.
Wow.
And in a few years, you'll be out of the woods.
I'll be watching you.
Yeah,
That's right.
Time for the Atari song.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
Maybe
it.
it'll make you feel better.
Yeah, I think it will. That's all we got to hear. The Boys of Summer? This is guitars. This is off of So Long Astoria. And this is The Boys of Summer. Is it? Oh, Jeremy? What kind of name is this?
Rustin. We'll get to him later.
Rustin. All right, Jeremy has no experience in going down on girls. What's some pointers? We could do
From the
that.
band, he's missing out.
Yeah, rock stars here to talk to.
Oh yeah. Well, rock stars don't have any experience going down on
Okay,
girls.
that's fine.
Yeah,
You've got a basic rig up?
I've got the blog article is done, and I can get the homepage up in another half hour,
Another half hour to have the homepage up
maybe less.
publicly.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the links won't be complete, but we'll have a cover page.
A cover page is good to start with. It's not like anybody will go there at first.
Right.
But when the time comes, I will drive traffic.
Okay. You are now welcome to read the
Of course.
blog, but I'm
Thanks.
busy. Sorry. Awesome.
Cool. Another half hour then. Echo, set a 30-minute timer, please.
30 minutes. Starting now.
It's not gonna suck itself. There's video games to be played. There's guitars to be
They
tuned.
need a video game about going down, and I think maybe,
No comment.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I saw a guy today. I was walking like down the street. I was like in the mall at the Hollywood thing. He was playing ping pong with against a video game. He actually had a paddle that had a sensor in it.
Wow.
And he was standing about 12 feet from the screen, and there was a little sensor camera on him, and this guy's like a retarded maniac is swinging into the air, and just sort of. By the way, I don't know when it became acceptable to compete against machines in public and really make an ass of yourself, but somebody has to start. Like the guys in the clogs.
Oh, man.
Somebody's got to tap the guy on the shoulder and go, listen,
they need to go to Japan and start there. Because the arcade there's games like you play drums, you play the guitar. The worst one, and I play this game, where there's a dog, and you walk a damn dog.
That
and
is
you're
funny.
on like a conveyor belt thing. Like
I love my
you're
industry.
on a treadmill, And so, I didn't know how to figure it out. And I'm the only one there. I'm just like, okay, just press some buttons, and you can pick the dog you want to walk. So I'm like, I'll start with the intermediate one, small one, and I pick big dog.
You don't
big
find-
dog. And I'm like, oh no. So immediately the treadmill's running real fast, and I'm running, and I'm pulling the thing, and I'm choking the dog. You see the dog on the screen going, and it he falls over and dies. And
You choked the dog to death.
Weird one. I understand the video games where you're destroying
acceptable.
galaxies, but the ones where you're sort of simulating stuff that's in a basement, or just mundane tasks like crapping the dog or playing ping pong. Really, this is
It
what
goes
we
back to when you're shopping for your kids' toys or something. They have these really smart toys that appeal to the intellectual adult male, or and some of those are really, I think, are really good. And a lot of them are really good for kids and developing their mental skills and whatnot. But there's just then a kid will go over and he'll be like, I want that, and it's just the stupidest toy, and you're like,
yeah,
kids
that's
don't,
humorous.
We gotta go to break.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
I like the video game where they had a virtual tour of the Laurie's seasoning plant.
There you go.
You get on a treadmill that goes super slow. You're in Sensorama when they spray the paprika at you.
Nice.
Sweet, huh?
Yeah.
That's exciting. Kids go berserk. Berserk for that, yes, Drew?
Yes.
All right. Yes?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
we'll be back.
No.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline, man. It's Dr. Drew. Loveline, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Adrian from No Doubt and Miss Bow Wow Wow's in here tomorrow night. What's her name, Drew? Annabelle. Annabella.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I think it's Annabella. Tomorrow night. She was on the show when she was 9, right?
Yeah, 14.
And you were 17?
I was 24, yeah.
Yeah, that's good times. And then Tenacious D, Jack Black, and Kyle are going to be in here on Thursday. The Atari's in here tonight, Johnny and Chris. And it's back to the phones we go. Got to speak to young Jeremy, who's 18. Jeremy?
Hey, Adam.
Hey, what's happening?
Sorry, you guys.
Hello.
You guys kicked Bootiest Maximus.
Thank you.
Am I allowed to say ask the radio?
No. Yeah, you can.
All right. Okay. Thanks. All right. Big fan, long time listener. Yeah. My question. Well, can I ask one other question?
Wait, what?
Come on.
What?
Let's go.
Just ask your fucking question, fucker.
Motherfucking question!
All right. My girlfriend, she kind of wants
Hate
me
that
to
so
go
much.
down on her. She hasn't exactly said it herself, but I know that she wants me to because we've kind of considered on it. So, but
Yeah.
I really have no experience down there whatsoever, and I'm kind of nervous.
Okay.
Oh, well.
First
Put
question.
the thing in the place and then do the stuff with it.
No.
No?
She does.
The only thing she has really said to me is that she wants to get more intimate. The only thing is made out.
Well,
That should mean anything.
yeah, how long have you been together?
I'd say about 2.5 years.
Oh, really? God bless you. 2.5 years to dodge that bullet. Not easy to do.
It's time to get to work.
Yeah.
I suspect she's talking
Tea
about.
time's over, ladies.
I bet she's talking about sex. I bet you.
She's talking about sex, yeah.
Yeah, I think has she ever had sex with anyone before?
No.
No, so I don't think that she's
Yeah,
gonna
you've
be
waited
jumped
it
in
out.
You going
It's
down
time.
there. I imagine she's probably pretty self-conscious about everything as it is. I think if you go down there right now, you're probably gonna freak her out, dude. I think,
You what?
You're definitely right.
I'm muttering about my awesome ideas.
Okay, but listen,
Okay.
Are you guys religious?
Well, that's always a good
Yeah,
thing.
she is. My parents go to church, but I kind of am. I really.
All right, but has she been the reason you haven't had sex for 2.5 years?
No, not at all.
What's the reason?
No, it's not. No, not at all.
What is the reason?
I don't really know.
Is it abstinence or?
You're just freaked out.
Mormon?
No, it's not.
The Mormons have sex.
It's not really.
You don't have any specific value in being a virgin. You just haven't wanted to have sex.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Are you Mormon?
No.
Okay, hold on.
I would check Just love this guy.
Well, how old is your girlfriend?
Hold on a second. We put Jeremy on hold so we can talk about him behind his wimpy back. But Drew is a man of exquisite passion, and don't let the glasses and button-down collar fool you. When that thing comes off, it's all man. Underneath those loafers and those Dockers, he's all man, and he cannot understand how an 18-year-old is not all over his 18-year-old girlfriend.
No, man, I hear you.
And now some guys just dance to the beat of a different drummer.
You're absolutely right, but I still
Possibly a gay one.
I would still check his blood levels of thyroid and prolactin.
Really?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
would check things out.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
how old's your gal there?
16.
Ooh. And how old is he again?
18.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Wait a minute.
What's that? Is there
How long did guys made it smell a little
What?
inappropriate touching or something when he was something scared him?
Something scared him?
Then he
With
goes
her
for
or himself?
No, himself as a kid.
Oh, really?
So then he goes for the young one.
Huh? Jeremy? Anybody ever touch you in an inappropriate way when you were young?
Nope.
All right.
Nothing like that.
Do you have one of those wacky nationalities we need to know about?
No. All American.
All right, because that factors in, you know. A lot of wacky cultures now.
How long have you guys dated for?
2.5 years.
All right. Listen, don't worry about it. Just talk with her about what it is.
Ignore
she's
Adam
doing.
Carolla.
Just jump on in. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
and by the way, was she 13 and change when you met her?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. She's 16. I had to tell him to jump.
No.
She's 13 and change, and he's 16 when they meet. That's
like 14.
like 14 is 13 and change. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I was going for the young.
And you were 16.
Yeah.
That's marginally creepy there.
It is.
It is a big. I mean, you know, when you're 16, you got your driver's license, and when you're 13 and change, you're a teeny popper, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Hey, I'm not dead.
No. Do not bring that one back.
That's right. The Taris are here. All right. Well, let's take a break. Let's regroup. We'll be back.
What just happened? My kids are party. For kids there. It's always like my Zoom. Zoom.
Rebecca, can I have a thing of cereal, please?
Just one of the two. Chris and Johnny here tonight from the Ataris. So Long a Story, name of this CD. Thank you. We'll hear something else off of that CD in the 11 o'clock hour. You know what I was thinking about as I was bedding down for my nap this evening, Drew?
No, tell me. Please.
I was lying on my sofa and I thought, thank holy Christ we moved from that dump known as Westwood 1. Remember what an S-box that place was?
Yes.
And remember we went through the whole construction thing over there, and the baton death march, walking through that construction area with chicken bones and rat droppings and everything. Remember what a dump and a dive that joint was, and how much better this place is?
Yes.
And then I thought, I still hate them over there, I thought to myself. And then I had this thought. They have our chairs.
Oh.
They have our leather chairs.
We should have them.
Oh, we're going to get them.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yes, we're going to get them.
That's your
You're
cereal.
goddamn right we're going to get them.
You're welcome.
We got to get those leather
You want them
chairs.
here or just take them home?
Hell no. Taking them home.
Yeah.
We were over at Westwood 1, or we prefer to call it Westwood 2 or Westwood None, because it's a dump. It's a dive.
You were
It's
there.
an asshole. You hate that place. It sucks. And we had these chairs that we tried to get a set of chairs in the studio for about 4 years. Eventually, some listener in like Minnesota or Illinois piped up and sent us out some nice leather chairs.
Like $1,000 chairs.
Right.
Really nice chairs.
Then we moved over here and we let those chairs, we left them behind.
Ooh.
So here the thing is, here's my chair thing. I will either take them home or I will burn them in a ceremonial ritual in the parking lot, but I will not let them stay at that
you're right.
that effing dump.
We need to get like a truck or something.
Whatever it is. I really don't care if they're destroyed, just as long as they're not used by that asshole, the cheap bastards over at Westwood Nunn. What a crap box that place was. Remember that? Oh, remember the hacky carpentry that mocked me as I walked through its halls? Somebody built that place, and I know the guy. It's a white guy, and he's in his 60s, and he thinks he knows, and he doesn't, and he's a hack. Horrible carpentry. Horrible, wretched carpentry going on in there, Drew.
The door jams bothered you the most.
Yeah. Can't even. So it's painful to be surrounded by that much ugliness and that kind of shoddy craftsmanship. Oh, I hate that place. I'm having a withdrawal thinking about it, but we need our chairs.
Yes.
And we need them. And Anderson, are our chairs still there?
Yeah, we use them every night. It's the only good thing left in this place.
So these guys use them.
Sorry, no.
Come on.
No.
Brian's gonna quit if you take them.
I'm sorry. I'll give him a phone. I'll give him a phone book.
I'll let you use mine until you guys are out of there too.
When are you guys going to be out
when
there?
we move to Hollywood Island, remember that? That's tomorrow, right?
That's never ever gonna happen. All right, so we're gonna need those chairs because I fear that other people are sitting on them during the day.
That's intolerable for you.
That's intolerable. All right, Drew. So mental note: get chairs. Yes.
Mental note.
All right, mate. Erica,
Yeah.
you're 28.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I basically had a question for Dr. Drew. I just started reading his book, Crap.
Yeah.
And, I just wondered, first of all, I just wondered if you think that it's possible for somebody who's been using heroin for 11 years, and I've been through detox, I've been through treatment, I can't even count how many times, but right now, I have a job, believe it or not, and I want to stop so bad, but every day it's like the same thing, tomorrow, I'm gonna quit tomorrow.
Well, what has kept you from getting sober when you have been abstinent? Do you get with the program?
Yeah, with NA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone
And what happens when you relapse? What are the circumstances?
The hell, lady?
To be honest,
She's got to stop doing that.
What's with the crazy Comanche yell? What is that?
Blah.
I don't know, it's just like, I have so many questions to ask.
Oh, I see. You're exasperated.
Excited.
Yeah, I really am. I was gonna ask Drew if he would be my sponsor.
Yeah, sure.
No.
He'll be your silent sponsor.
You need a
or you
female.
can never call him.
You need a female, and you need her there all the time.
Why female?
Because
That's what I want to know. Why female?
because
Transference.
other things can enter into male-female interaction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's just not okay. There are things about that not okay.
Really? Is this work for all the drugs?
Yeah, you don't. It's got to be the same sex.
Yeah, I never hear that underline.
Oh no, same sex.
Oh no.
But
Even
Erica,
CA, some hot chicks in CA, especially CA's got hot chicks. I go to the West LA meeting every Friday. Just first.
Erica, here's the deal.
They're vulnerable.
You gotta get
Skinny
it.
and vulnerable.
So tell me what the circumstances are around your relapses. Why don't you get with the
I do
program?
some producing, baby.
What's your
Oh,
detox?
some producing. Why are you interested?
I can't hear, but I can only.
No, sorry.
What happens when you've been relapsing? Why don't you stay with the program?
Let me think. Well, most of the time it was because I was getting clean or going to treatment for my mom or for, so that I didn't go to jail or,
But what you didn't want to do it yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It was a half-ass thing. I did want to do it, but it wasn't like gut-wrenching.
Yeah, you can't get sober for your mom or your teacher or your dad. You got to do it for me, Adam Carolla. You understand? That's the only time it's important.
All right.
Do it for me.
Here's the deal. What about just going back to treatment now that you're ready?
Well, I would love to go back to treatment now that I'm ready, but the thing is, I went to, there's like 2 treatment centers in Austin. I went to one the other day, and the guy who was in charge of intake said, Erica, you've been here, you're treatment savvy, you know what you need to do, blah, 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 just go do it. And my whole thing is, just 28 days or however long the program is, just the time away from all of the people and,
That's like the hardest part of leaving.
Here's what you ought to do.
Addictions.
Yeah.
getting away from all those people and
Maybe
those bad elements.
Maybe just 7 days inpatient. Finish detox. Go to sober living for 3 months. Get entrenched in your program. You can go to work from sober living. Get going. Just do it. Just do it. You're ready now.
Oh, man.
Let's go, baby. You're ready.
You want to talk about old school feels?
And listen, I can. Your spiritual emptiness.
An elderly unicorn died over here.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my god.
I can't even express to you
Are
how,
you kidding me?
Nope.
how depressed
Are you
I
going to be
have
found
become.
nose
Before, it
lips
was like,
drinking with
it's-
silvery
depressed
blood?
even-
What do you mean
even
by that?
getting
What do I mean by
dead
that?
was Okay, and now
Hey, Erica, where do you work, or what? Wow.
You have to stop doing that
What do you
way.
do for a living, baby?
what is that keeps happening?
What's we're wondering?
Yeah. I think, yeah. I think,
What do you do for a living?
yeah.
I work
There's
for
10
a,
down here.
Stop!
Stop!
I wish I could, yeah.
I work for a market research company.
Yo, what is that? Why does
It's
she
really
keep
cool.
doing
I
that?
do,
You don't
like,
answer phones, do you?
no. Have you guys like focus groups?
Yes. We know what focus groups are. They're the ones that,
Yeah. So I was
the program director had me quit talking so much.
Do you have like a dissociative disorder, Erica? Where you kind of phase out and do things you don't know what you're doing?
Wow.
Well, I've been diagnosed with that.
Okay.
You were.
Oh, I get it. Now it's Anderson torturing her. Now I understand.
Yeah, screw with us. Oh, I see. You're ready. You're ready right now, baby. Yes. This is time. It's time.
It's time, right?
All right, good. Do what Drew tells you
He's
what
such
to
a
do.
dick.
Yes.
7 days inpatient, 3 months sober living.
That's
Just
right.
Get going. It's time. To do it on your own, you know it's half-assed. You're welcome to try. You can cold turkey it. Maybe you'll find a doctor.
Cool, so now I have
Outpatient.
a unicorn
I
horn.
don't do it because it doesn't work. You know the program, as they told you. Your program savvy. Go to NA, get a sponsor,
And
start
try
doing
to
the work.
try to find some friends outside of that circle of
Well, it's a 12-step community.
yeah, within that 12-step program. I'm sure you can find some people that would help you out.
Speaking of cold turkey, it's getting close for getting time for me to get my cranberry recipe out pretty soon. Yeah. So Thanksgiving's coming up. I won't get to it yet, but soon. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's coming up. Ooh,
Yeah, with the cold weather.
nice.
It's like coming out of some concentration camp or something. It's too much. It's overstimulating.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie and cold weather. Too
That's
much.
nice.
It's too much.
I had a monster-sized piece at Jimmy's on Sunday. Jimmy goes to the Price Club and buys, he buys like pumpkin pie size of a wagon wheel. But even the produce had a tomato that he was rolling in. Took 2 guys to roll it in. Rolled it up a ramp. Yeah, it was like loading. It's like putting old-time cakes up onto a truck. Back in the Al Capone days, we were like running rough. But everything's massive. So here's my whole thing with pie. I carve up a quarter-size slice of pie. Now, if the pie's the size of your fist, I get a quarter of the pie. If it's the size of a manhole cover, it's a quarter of the pie. That's how I work. It's a percentage thing. I'm like an agent. I get my percentage. That's it. It doesn't matter what you're making. That's my thing. See? I ate a huge piece of pie and I went nuts with the whipped cream. I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving this year. I'm going to start training. We're starting with the pumpkin pie. I'm going to start dovetailing into the turkey and stuffing. Oh, this is good.
Yeah, I'm actually. That's what we're excited about because the weather changed.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Day before
This is gonna
Halloween,
be
I couldn't
good.
even imagine Halloween was coming.
Oh, now the Thanksgiving. Anyway, here's what I'm saying. Make the fresh cranberry sauce. Don't open the can. Hillbillies out there with your can openers. How dare you? My family tries to pull this crap off, too. They open the can, it gets all gelatinized, got the shape of the can. Then they hack it up like retards. Please, folks, make the fresh cranberries. It's very easy. I'm just laying the groundwork because I'm going to be giving the recipe out in a few weeks, okay?
Speaking of food,
Yeah.
I talked to your wife today. We're going out to dinner on Saturday night at your restaurant.
That's what she thinks.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
What do you mean?
It's big fight night Saturday night.
What?
Saturday night.
He's planning to
Take
have
us
a
to
big
dinner.
fight with his
No,
wife
no,
on
your
Saturday
restaurant.
night.
First off, we got to go to your Belinda.
That's the point. I want to do something after
Who
that.
knows if we're going to make it back that day? Because we got to sign a crappy calendar on goddamn your Belinda. Like they couldn't figure out a place that was far enough away from my house. Each year, a crack team at the K-Rock calendar department sit around and they sit in a war room. And they have a whole mock-up of the San Fernando Valley and the greater Los Angeles area. And there's a big red diamond where my house is. And a guy with a pointer stick goes, now Corolla lives here. Now, last year, we had it in El Cajon or Bumaf or something like that. Took Corolla an hour and 45 minutes to get there. We'd like to go farther. Be creative, people. And then someone raises their hand and says, what if he's at work? What if he's not leaving his home? Interesting plan, kind of contingency plan. All right, now where's he working? There's another big diamond. There's we're going to need a place that's equally far from his work. And not only Corolla, K-Rock jocks. It's important that they get in their car and schlep their miserable asses on a Saturday halfway to hell and back.
Oh, I feel the
and
same
then
way.
someone raised their hand and said, how about your Belinda? And someone said, what?
Where?
I've never heard of your Belinda. And the person said, exactly. Bingo. Is it
We created this town just for the event.
Is it in California? Barely. Barely. It's on the Canadian border. Yeah, we'll all go out to your Belinda to sign calendars.
You should just go back to Eagle Rock.
Yeah, at least Eagle Rock's only 20 minutes away. Your Belinda's got to be a good hour and a half. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible. All right, and let me just say one more time, and I know I sound like a pompous ass when I say this, but everyone's like, well, that's all the fans are out there. Good, they're such big fans, let them gas up their cars and head out to the field. Is that it? What do you guys do? You play the Palladium or you go to the guy's house?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's right.
They want us to go to their house.
Now, let me tell you, the Ataris, they're at the Palladium Friday night. They're in the middle of town. If you live in your Belinda and you want to see the Ataris, you drive out to Hollywood, like a fan would do.
Well, see, that's the logic sometimes, but believe it or not, like we talked about this last time. Some fans like have this whole like, hey man, why aren't you guys coming back? Or when are you coming back to your Belinda? Yeah, exactly. Like they'll just pick some they'll be like random city in Iowa or something. And it's like, yeah. I mean,
they have to
come
to
to the next big city near us and,
That's right.
see us. You know?
That's right, because you're the celebrity.
No, because
you
don't want to do you want to do 20 dates in comparison to 50. You know?
Whose puss is on that calendar, Drew? Ours or the Your Belindians?
Lindites.
The Lindites or us?
Us.
Drew, we make carpools.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Why not?
I imagine your Belinda's in the direction of the sun. Like I believe you go up to get to your Belinda. Where is your Belinda?
Wherever I have to go, your house couldn't be far out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, as a percentage of the distance I'm going to have to travel, I might as well, wherever I am, come over
Slate, adamantine, copper, and sandstone?
Would be a 100 of the traveling time it takes to get to your Belinda.
But where? I'm on the side of a fucking mountain.
Okay, well, then as we become more advanced,
no
yada
Best
yada.
Buy in Sherman Oaks, or Hollywood, or anywhere.
It'll be easy to find again.
So we're going to dinner afterwards. You're taking me.
Someday.
No.
Yes.
No.
What time is the fight?
Fight's probably 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that.
Take us to dinner before.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Finish your stupid calendar.
It's 6.
We're not going to be home till 8 o'clock.
Dinner at 7.
And we're going to have to stop and gas up 3 times on the way home, too, because my tank only holds 19 gallons.
I'm taking your wife anyway. At your risk. Come on.
I want to watch a fight. And you know my wife said, I said, oh, boys' night out, we're going to watch a fight. She said, oh, well, Drew could do that. And I said, no, he can't do that. And she said, why? Why Drew can't go watch a fight?
He's a family, and he can take care of his family.
He can't do that. He can't do that. His wife's not. That's all I did. Brianne? What's your name? Brianne.
Yeah.
What's up? You're 15.
Yep.
You ever heard of your Belinda?
Is it in the South area somewhere?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think it might be.
South of Mercury or the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really.
Okay. What's going on?
Go ahead, baby doll.
My boyfriend likes to go down on me, I guess, only after, like, I've
Baby
been
voice.
to, like, basketball practice or I've been, like, running or something. He says he likes it, so I don't know. Is it weird or...
Is it maybe that's the only chance he has to do that? It just so happens it's after you're running or at practice?
No.
He seeks that. He seeks that.
Likes it extra
Maybe he's
salty.
just trying to toughen himself up, like some guys do push-ups on their knuckles.
How old is he?
You know what I mean?
16.
16.
Wow.
Do you like him to do this to you?
Well, it's I mean, I don't dislike it, but it's just a little weird. And I don't know if I'd be, like, selfish to tell him to stop.
What
No, you would not
happened
be
here?
selfish to tell him to stop.
Okay.
And wow, that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should
finally.
we do a little gambling
I don't
on
get the
Bran?
feeling, though. I don't get the feeling.
Huh?
You have such a little voice, and usually that means victim.
I've heard you guys say that, but, and I know you say that there's always something underneath, but I really haven't gone through any.
Yeah, I believe her.
We just hear it in the voice, but not in the words.
In the feeling.
The feeling.
Yeah, affect, yeah.
All right, everything's good
Are
with
you
you.
a tiny little person?
I'm about 5'6". I guess, no, not really, no.
Well, 5'6", what? How much you weigh?
About 120.
Well, that's pretty slender.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. And you have sex with your boyfriend?
No.
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 Just
You know what?
meets you up
This
after
is.
practice.
You know what this is? This is a little voice. Doesn't sound like a little girl. Close your eyes. It's just a little voice.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't want to close my eyes. I'll start beating off.
Yeah.
Remember that time?
I know. It was awful. You would clean up here. That was disgusting.
Well, I mean, if you tell me to close my eyes and just start listening to that little girl voice in the basketball practice,
for Christ's sake.
what are you going to do? I told him to put one of those transmission drip pans down the damn in the garage.
I know. I was looking for those paint roller trays, you know, for the rolling paint.
Yeah, that's not enough. I got
know.
more range in that.
I know.
I got more range.
You're telling me?
Hi, Bran. Yeah, look, here's the deal. If your boyfriend's into that, God bless him. But if
you're not comfortable with this, yeah,
you
you're
can
15. Yeah, come on.
I don't feel comfortable. I mean, where's this? This kid's 16. Where's he go from here?
Yeah.
I mean, picture this guy. You know, he's 41. He's been driving a truck for a while. What's he into now?
He just made some weird visuals. We always go to like these truck stop bathrooms, and the smell in the bathroom is so violently wrong. Like you go to like. Yeah, you want to smell America? Go into a pilot restroom or like Flying J travel stop in like some truck stop in the middle of Kansas. It smells like some guys just drank like big jugs of coffee and Mountain Dew and did nothing but like eat steak. It's terrible.
These car guys, they've been seasoned a little bit. They're like sort of traumatized.
They've been on the road.
What's been happening with them? Young guys, they got
What you've loved and lost.
This year on the road.
Well, the thing is I know, the thing about, like, when you see movies, truckers are fat guys with beards and funny rebel hats. In real life, they're scary guys. I mean,
I've seen a couple scary
like,
motherfuckers
they're not,
out there.
in the movies, doesn't recognize the difference between a trucker and a
Echo.
lumberjack. It's like,
Stop timer.
You wear down fast in the cab, you got a big gut on you and a beard, and you're sort of a sturdy guy. In real life, truckers are frightening. There's super like heroin skinny, and then there's like morbidly obese and weird. They're big circles under the eyes from driving too long and picking at themselves. And
That's 80% of America right there.
Yeah, America's horribly ugly.
You guys have got
Horrible.
hated.
We got moved.
Describing America.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do.
Sick, scary.
I want to do this with the Ataris.
I'm in love with your fans.
I want to
Last time
leave
you were
this
here.
country. I want to move to Yorba Linda.
Yeah.
I want to leave the country.
You told me you just invented for a calendar sign.
Do we have to get shots to go to Yorba Linda? Do we need a passport? Oh, we're gonna have to get some shots. You can administer those. All right. And what's the time difference?
Oh, 3 hours later.
3 hours. You're
Earlier.
Earlier. So we're gonna have to leave earlier then, right? I set my clock back for Yorba Linda.
Yeah.
All right. Let's really, Drew. I'm gonna go look at the map back here, and I'm gonna clutch my heart and groin simultaneously when I find out where Yorba Linda is. The Atari's here, everybody. We're and don't get me wrong, I love the kids.
We'll hear a song.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hear a song from the Atari's. After this.
We've come a long way. No more eating dank unicorn meat in a dirty cave. Now we fillet it and roast it in pottery dishes.
Excellent.
Evolution of an orc thing. But I do have to take a little break.
Interfering with anything when you're there, a public place. You know what I mean? You don't like to talk to people in the airport.
Ah, please. I say hi to everyone all day.
I love talking. Why are you yelling at me? You follow me to a bathroom.
They yell at you because you're holding me up. And I'm secretly jealous. That's right.
Hey, the other night I got it though for the first time. I was really stoked. Like this guy goes, he's like, yeah, man, because we're doing a meet and greet. And he goes, oh, they just left. I want them to sign this. And I'm like, oh, I'll sign it. He goes, oh, it's all right, man. Weren't you in your last band? I'm like, yeah, that's my band, Vendetta Red, man. We're pretty good, right? And he's like, yeah, you guys are from Seattle, right? I'm like, yeah, a lot of good bands come out of Seattle, man. It was awesome. I'm like, yeah, that was pretty cool, you know? It's like,
That always happens to me constantly.
I know, that's funny.
They'll be like, oh, there's the guitar player. And the kid next to him will be like, no, it's not. I'm like, were you guys just watching the show? Yeah. You weren't up there.
That's
funny.
People, yeah.
Amazes me.
Fame's fickle, yes, Drew?
Yeah, whatever.
All right, true sport.
It's a bunch of crap. We get the singer all the time.
Let's keep rolling here and speak to Lynn, who's Drew socked the mic 2 times in under a minute.
Got it, he
Lynn's
says,
23,
as if it were his target.
Now I don't miss anything ever.
It's true.
I only miss the good things you do.
Oh yeah.
When you do bad stuff,
oh yes,
it all goes down.
Oh yes.
Lynn, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I'm calling to find out if it's normal for a man to have an areola and not what I would call a normal sized nipple.
That could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, it can happen. That's true. It's 2 saucers and not so much as a bump in the middle.
And that's normal?
He's an
Yes,
innie.
that can happen.
I gotta suck him to get him out.
What would
Sorry.
what would your fantasy be? Oh.
I like a little nipple play. I have sensitive nipples. It grosses Drew out when I say I have sensitive nipples.
Do you men like your nipples sucked?
Adam sure does.
No, I'll tell you what we like. I think we like the idea of having our nipples sucked early in a relationship.
Okay.
Like, if you're with a girl and you're on your 3rd date, you guys are making out pretty good, and all of a sudden the shirt's loosening up and she's giving you a little nipple work, you're thinking, well, this is a good sign. This is a good sign. And that's in that regard, we like our nipples sucked. But if you're in year 8, you don't want any nipple sucking, right? Unless that nipple's attached to your dork. And even then, it can be distracting. Yes. But wouldn't it be great? That'd be great to put a nipple on your penis and be like, baby, how about a little nipple action? And she's like, oh, come on, just a nipple. And then it's all done. And you have her on a technicality. You have her beat, right, Drew?
Ooh.
Been together?
About a year and a half.
That might be like 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How old is he?
He's 38?
He's older.
He's a little older. Yeah.
Does that make a difference?
Yeah, they can slow him down a bit.
What's up? You sound like a newborn, Lynn. What's up? You're very naive sounding. What's up?
I ate dead unicorn meat.
I guess I'm just trying to justify why we don't have sex 2 times a week.
How often do you have it?
Maybe once or twice every 2 weeks.
Does he work a lot?
I'm sorry?
Does he work a lot?
No, actually, we both are not working. We just took a trip across country, so...
How did you support yourselves?
baby.
She had sex. She had sex with truckers.
Not a trick nipples. Not a trick question.
Lizards.
Yeah. What do you do? What
Savings. Are you independently wealthy or something?
No. But
Well, yeah.
my boyfriend and I had left our positions around the same time, and decided to take a trip across country. You know, we just haven't gone back to work, and it's been about a year.
It's
been 8. How long? A year?
Well, hold on. By the way,
the position was
hostess at TGI Fridays is not really a position that you leave. That's a gig that you quit.
That's right. It's not CEO of a Fortune 500.
We relinquished our position. Quite a handsome severance package. What did you leave? What job did you leave?
I left a position in the workers' comp insurance field.
You were the door greeter at Walmart?
Hi, welcome to Walmart. Here's your card. All right, but listen, also, let me say this to Drew, who does not understand this, which is many people and all the guys I grew up with and almost everyone I knew from age 0 to age, 33, you worked, made enough. If you saved up $2,200, you quit, and then spent that $2,200 doing whatever, and then you went back to work again. Yeah, that's
hard to understand.
Well, it's what you do at 23. He's 38.
He shouldn't be doing that.
All right, whatever. All right, so he's
38.
He's 38. He should probably be focusing a little bit more on securing his future.
Sure, but I don't think his future maybe has the outcome of maybe what you would say a normal future would.
Why? What are you telling us about?
Marriage and children.
How come?
I don't know. That would be a question for him.
So he's not interested. What is he?
He doesn't want to get married or have any kids?
Or have sex?
What does he want to do?
It's not. He would never sit there and say, I don't want to have children or don't want to get married, but he says that it would affect him either way.
If he did.
Right.
What's he coming off of? He's 38. Was he divorced or something?
No, he's never been married. He has no children. He is the baby of 4 boys. I don't know.
How long you guys been together for?
About a year and a half.
Is he just kind of a loser?
No, he's a wonderful man.
No, I mean, if anybody else were to evaluate him except you.
What did he do? What was his job when he had one?
He was in the computer software industry.
Spaz, yeah.
Explosion.
Super nerd. Okay, hey Lynn?
Yeah.
His nipples are fine.
Okay.
If you want sex just a little more often, you can work that out with him.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Oh yeah, he's open to that.
All right. And just keep in mind too, you don't have to subjugate your needs for his. If you want kids and you want marriage or something, you can pipe up and say that.
Right. I do.
Okay.
But
all right. Then quiet. We got to hear something from the Atari.
Yes.
Yeah? How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Please. This is off of So Long Astoria, and this is the saddest song.
Only 2 more days until your birthday. Yesterday was mine. You'll be turning 5. I know what it's like growing up without your father in your life. So I pretend I'm doing all that.
Alright, folks, with that, I am out. I'm going to take a brief break, sleep a bit, and we'll return tomorrow.